there we are. You can say hi.
Hi guys, my name's Alex Albon. I'm racing for Team Dams. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll answer what you have.
Okay, well, while we wait for people to come and join.
On live.
Oh, there you go.
Hi.
Hello. Let's start with a very simple question. Alex Albon, F2 race winner. How's that sound?
Good. I like the sound of that. Yeah, it's been a long, not too long, but yeah, it took a while. My first win. It was a great win to have, just because it was a qualified pole, and yeah, kind of did the whole win. It didn't seem as obvious as that on TV, and it definitely wasn't as obvious on the race. But yeah, it was really good. Thank you. Okay. Can I answer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi Alicia.
Yeah. What's the question?
She's my sister. She asks, "Who's your favourite sister?" After a question like that, you're not my favourite sister. Thank you very much. Next question. Therius asks, "Is Alex always go to Buddha Temple?" Yes, I do actually. I always go to temples. This is actually what this is for right now. These are lucky charms that I have. There's a place called Buddha Pida in Wimbledon, and I go there at every race. So yeah. Christopher asks, okay, see him here. Okay, hi Christopher. Tan asks, who's your favourite F1 driver? My favourite F1 driver, I'd say, is Ricardo. I really like how he races. Yeah, I love his determination. I love his overtakes, and yeah, he seems like a cool guy. I wouldn't mind hanging out with him. Christopher asks, favourite country other than Thailand and UK? Good question. I'd say Italy. I really like Italy. I love the foods. I love the people. I spent most of my karting career in Italy, actually, because I was part of a Italian karting team. So yeah, I would like
Italian?
Very, very small Italian. The words that you shouldn't know.
Classic.
Okay. Thank you, Jessica. Is that really my account, or is that a fake account? Favorite woman in the world? Is that
Alex Albon? Well, you can ask them.
Well, is that me? Who's on my account writing rubbish? Okay, never mind. Christopher, Shanghai or Sepang? I drove Sepang, and I won at Sepang in GP3, so yeah, Sepang. Ross asks, if you were given the choice of a team to race for an F1, who would it be? To be honest, any team sounds good to me. Yeah, just to be an F1 driver, I think it's anyone's goal. Right now, you can see how difficult it is to become an F1 driver. But Charles has done it, and I don't see why anyone who doesn't win Formula 2 can't have a chance. Tan asks, can you speak Thai? I'm learning still. My Thai isn't good enough, if I'm honest. I'm always a bit shy to speak, but yes, I'm still learning. I'll go back up.
But can you read it as well?
Reading is really, really difficult, because reading is a completely new alphabet, and yeah, it's listening for me is actually the easiest part, because I think it's maybe normal when my mum used to always speak to me in Thai, so I can understand a lot of it. To write it is a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Christopher asks, if Mercedes suddenly gives you contract to race with them, what will be your reaction? Thank you very much. When do I start? Yeah, that would be a dream come true. Obviously, I think it's not as easy as that, but we can always dream. Yeah. Let me look for Curious also asks, how is Alex's opinion about Asian Games 2018? Yeah, sure. I mean, I follow all kinds of sports, so yeah, definitely. Yeah, keep dreaming. Yes, keep dreaming. Aaron, biggest difference between GP3 and GP2 or F2? I'd say the main thing, to be honest, it's not as big as you'd think. It's really just a bigger car with more downforce and a quicker engine. But to adapt to an F2 car, it actually doesn't take that long at all. It's all the same kind of driving style. The main thing when you change categories is normally the tyres, because tyres make a really big difference to how you have to drive a car. But with GP3, GP2, because they're both on Pirelli tyres, you don't really need to change how you drive. The main thing is just obviously the drivers and the level is very high, so you make a mistake, you're normally outside the top 10. And of course the racing is more interesting with pit stops. There's more strategy involved, and things like tyre wear is more of a factor in F2. My dream road car? Well, this might laugh, but this might be strange, but I got a Golf as a rental car. I was not normally supposed to get a smart car, and they gave me a Volkswagen Golf. That was cool, and I might actually, I want a Golf, so that's maybe my realistic road car. Any other motorsports? Dominic asks, any other motorsport series you'd like to try? Sure. I mean, I'm always up for anything. I think everyone enjoys the sound of things like Le Mans and things like that. That's always a really cool kind of racing that I've never really tried, and that I'd love to do. Even things like IndyCar, that seems really awesome. I really like the racing and the way everything's done over there. Gregoire asks, Formula Renault V8 3.5 sound better than Formula 2? The problem is you've asked me that question and I've got F2 people all around me. But I'd say it's different. It's different than last year. It's a little bit quieter, if I'm honest. But if you look at the videos, you can see we have these like flamethrowers at the back of our car. That's pretty cool. Would you rather fight, Alan, with the big questions here? Would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? The questions we need to know. I mean, what am I doing answering your question? But those, 1 horse-sized duck sounds good to me. I'll wrestle it. Okay, I haven't go for yet. Tatsuya asks if I've secured the dam seat for 4 year. Still, nothing finalised yet, but we're working out an agreement.
How's it working?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, with dams right now, it's looking okay. Yeah, it's in the process. Obviously, it's been good to be able to get the results that I have had, and we're just working it out really. Of course, it's still early doors, but yeah, we're getting there. Thank you, Jackie. She's up Thailand. Thank you. Christopher asks favourite bedtime story. Sorry, I don't really know too many. I see a few questions about if I could join a Formula 1 team. I answered it before, but mainly it would be just any F1 team, to be honest. There's so many. There's just so many. Maybe the opposite actually. There's not enough chances really to be in an F1, and just to be a part of an F1 team is anyone's dream, especially my dream. And I would from Mercedes to Sauber. I'd love to be a part of anyone's. Cheska asks, you tested a Formula E car. How hard was it to adjust from a Formula 2 car to a Formula E? Yeah, good question. Really hard, to be honest. There's so much. I mean, it really is different. Everything's different about it. The downforce, the speed, even the electricity harvesting that we had to do in Formula E. Obviously, being with dams, I've had the opportunity to be really able to compare the two and work with the engineers to kind of find out how to change your driving style. It took me. I still never really got used to driving the Formula E car, but it was a really cool experience, and I definitely would consider it in the future. But at the minute, I do like the downforce and I do like the speed, so F2 for now. Is there much you can change to the car to give you an advantage over rivals, or is it really down to driver skill? From Patrick. Yeah, Patrick, I think it's a single make series, so there is less than you'd say Formula 1 in terms of driver skill, but as you can see, normally the quick teams are normally always at the front, and it's just mainly because they understand the car a little bit better than the others. Even though there is limited things that you can change with the car itself, it does still make a big difference. So it's not like F1 where they will bring out updates every weekend just to improve the weaknesses of their car. We're kind of stuck with the same weaknesses and things like that. So it's all about maximizing everything you have. And even with driver skill, I mean, there's two parts to it. There's driver skill in terms of lap time, but it's also being able to give the right feedback to your team to improve as a team and get the most out of the car that you have. So yeah, it's not just about being quick on the track. It's also about having the right feedback. Christopher asks, any interest in Indy 500? Yeah, that sounds good to me. Jessica asks, have you tasted durian and do you like it? Yeah, I do like it, but of course the smell is different. But yeah, it's okay. What is your favourite racetrack? I'd say Macau. Macau is a really cool circuit. Tan asks, is Lando Norris a hard driver? Yes, Lando Norris is very difficult. Obviously he is a rookie, but he's a very quick rookie, and he's to be honest, there's Lando, George, Nick. To be honest, half the grid are super quick, so yeah, they're all good drivers. Do you see Nick De Vries as a main championship contender? Yes, of course. I think he's had a difficult start to the year, but I know they have potential to be fast. You can already see it in qualifying and in the races. Just I think things haven't worked out for them with the new car, especially. It's all about being on top of everything, and I think by Barcelona already, you're going to start to see a more regular top 5 instead of maybe what you see now, where it's I think only 2 drivers have been in the points so far this year, and so yeah, it's going to be some people like Nick will consistently be up at the front now. How much do you love the pink nose on the front of your car this weekend? Good. I mean, it's different. Yeah. I like it. Looks a bit like cosmic cards. Yeah, a bit like that. Moritz asked, what's your favourite track? So yeah, Macau for me. It was a really cool circuit. It's the first time I drove a proper street track. I did Po, I think, the same year, but when I drove Macau, it makes Baku and Monaco feel quite tame in comparison. But yeah, Gregoire asks, your dream supercars or hypercar? I'm not too sure. I like the Pagani Huayra, something like that. That kind of car where it's like all detail, that's really cool. Yeah. Do I miss the sound of V8? Not really, to be honest. I think as a driver, we're more missing the downforce, the grip, that kind of thing. The sound, it kind of comes as I think it's more of a spectator thing that you hear on the outside. It's quite strange, but when we're driving, we don't really hear the sound of the car. We kind of, I mean, of course you do, but it's a lot more monotone than you hear it from outside. So when we drive even GP3 to F2, you can't really tell there's that much difference in sound, which you'd think it would be a really big difference. But when you have your earphones in, there's not really that big of a feeling that you get. Oh, Ari asks, my favourite kart, engine and chassis. Do you still get a chance to have a go in one? Yes. Favourite kart, engine. Well, I used to be with a team called Intrepid, so I'll have to stay with my boys in orange. They, yeah. And do I still get a chance to have one? Yeah, I did a karting race on Sunday. I went to, it was a Karun Chandok charity race, and I had a go, but I got black flagged.
What?
I got black flagged, and I couldn't finish the race. But not for anything serious, for
What?
for cutting curbs, for taking too many curbs, track limits, I guess.
For cheating.
For cheating, apparently. Apparently, cheating. Tan asked, do I know the Prince Bira, the Tyre F1 legend? Yes, of course. Yeah, it's really cool to me that already there has been a Tyre F1 driver in motorsport. He lived in Cambridge, I believe, so not too far from where I live now. But yeah, it's a cool story. Yeah, if I ever do make it to F1, I won't be the first. Felix, who is your own role model? I would say I'm not too sure, to be honest. I always look up to, obviously there are some F1 drivers, so Michael Schumacher was always my biggest role model when I was growing up. He was the guy who everyone looked at. I think I told this story before, but he was, I mean, my bedroom was completely red. I had read everything, and yeah, I was completely obsessed. And also Valentino Rossi. So I love my two-wheeled motorsports as well. I'm not a rider myself, but I used to love Valentino Rossi. He was yeah, just the coolest guy, I think. I loved his post-race celebrations. Hopefully I can do one of them bowling animations with his fan club, something like that. Jessica asked, how's Nirey? I spoke with him just now. He's doing his 50th seat fit of this year. He seems to do a seat fit every single day, it seems like, and he's complaining that his seat's not straight because his neck's not straight. So that's the latest from Nirey. Nirey was actually doing the race with me. He was my he was my teammate in the charity race. He got black. He was in another team, and he got black flagged the same lap as I did. So we both got black flagged together.
What did he do? He cheated as well?
He cut corners as well.
Yeah, well,
to be honest, it was a bit of a suspicious race because we both got black flagged at the same lap, and we got black flagged twice on the same lap as well. So
okay, so we should investigate.
we need Charlie to have a word with Karun.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, well, it should be a final question.
Okay, shall I answer two more then? Or,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bruce asks if I want to do Macau again. Yes, definitely. I think F3 now is maybe a little bit long gone now, or in terms of I'm staying with F2 now. There are drivers who still come back to F3.
Yeah,
Like Sergio, but at the minute I guess I'm focusing mainly on F2. But definitely I'd love to do it in GTs or even F3 maybe. And then Tan asks, except for Lando, who is your hardest rival ever to race with? I had two, I'd say. In karting I was always against Max Verstappen. He was really young at that point, but you could tell straight away that he was very fast. And he was very aggressive. I guess it's the same. It's the same that you see in Baku. But we had some really good fights, and it was really good to race against him. And then I'd say also, of course, there's always Charles. We raced against each other in GP3, and he was extremely talented naturally. You could tell that he was always very fast. and good racer. To be honest, I get on with all of them. I never had an issue with anyone. But yeah, they're the two I can compare to now, and I'm sure I'll have some more rivals this year as well that will add to the list. And then Adam asks, what series would you love to race in apart from F1? I would say, I'm not sure, to be honest. It's probably IndyCar. I think it's still got very much the F2 kind of style with the downforce and the grip, and the tracks look really, really cool. I think they're awesome. So yeah, I think IndyCar. Okay, last question then. Anna asks, favourite song to jam to right now? What do I have on my Spotify playlist? I don't know. I listen to the weirdest songs. Actually, Nirei and I, we normally share songs. He listens to Japanese pop, which I don't like at all. Sorry, Japan, if there's any Japanese listening. But I'll listen to I guess it's kind of like pop basically, but more relaxed. I like to listen to relaxed songs before I drive because it helps me calm down and stay relaxed and focused. I'm not the kind of guy to listen to, Metallica before I drive. I like to be quite calm when I drive. So yeah. So yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching. I hope that was I answered all your questions. And yes, wish me luck for this weekend. Thank you.